Hello everyone, it's me, Tony Clespis, and I'm following up on my promise to have a video on Friday. Woohoo! Welcome back, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say we're doing a Fiction Friday today. So today's Fiction Friday is going to be about a show I recently finished binge rewatching. And it's a show that I have actually talked about wanting the book of in my wishlist video a couple months ago, and it's Steven Universe. For those of you that don't know what Steven Universe is, and let's be real, it's probably everybody watching this video, Steven Universe is a Cartoon Network show. Yes, it's a cartoon. I still watch cartoons even though I'm 22 years old. I enjoy them. They're fun to watch. And it's about this group called the Crystal Gems and how they just battle aliens. That's really it. Now, there's one thing that you do need to know. There is an alien race called just, gems. That's what they are. And what you need to know about is Steven, our titular character, it's just about him living his life as a half gem, half human hybrid. He's the first of his kind. His mom was a gem and his dad was a human. But yeah, it's Steven and three other characters, which are kind of like his moms.
I forgot to say that Steven's mom technically isn't alive right now.
They're all named after gems. So we've got Pearl, Garnet, and Amethyst, and those are his three guardians in addition with his dad, and they teach him all these things about being a gem and all that other good stuff, which you'll just have to watch and learn for yourself. But the reason why I'm talking about this today is because I'm doing a 5 reasons you should watch Steven Universe. This show is so good about the writing. Let me tell you that right now. It's so powerful, and it's got great development in the characters, characters and writing just all together in one package are just so cohesive, and everything is intertwined together, and you just watch it and you get blown away by how well these people are writing the show. And you see a lot of good character development in Steven, because his struggle is, I'm a gem, but I'm also a human. How do I balance that? And it's such a good thing to see, and I relate to Steven so much because part of his struggle is, what am I? What do I need to do? What do I want? And I felt that so strongly about Steven. I'm using my hands a lot, but I feel very passionate about Steven because I just relate to him so much. And you've got good backstories in Garnet and Pearl and Amethyst that are just so well written, and it makes the characters so well rounded. They're flawed, but they accept those flaws, and it's just so good. And speaking of the characters, they just have really good designs. The whole show has a very good art style. It's very pleasing. I mean, obviously it's a cartoon, but it's got some really great scenery in it, and it's got some really great art design. It's so good. It's so pretty to watch sometimes. Yes, I'll say pretty. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous show. What more can you want from that in a cartoon? Really, I mean, that's what you're watching. It's the aesthetic of the show. It's so good. I love it. Lots of sceneries. I'll maybe put a picture around here somewhere. Yeah, it's really good. One thing about me, though, is that I love good background music in my shows. Steven Universe has wonderful music that goes along with it. There are songs that are sung in the show. I mean, it's a cartoon for kids. You have, of course there's going to be songs sung by the characters. And those are just fun and catchy, and they capture, the moral or message of the show sometimes. So that's really nice to see, but just the background music in general is kind of smooth, jazzy, kind of peppy stuff. It's so good, and I love that. I'm a sucker for good cartoon show soundtrack. I eat it up. I do. I love it. This reason alone should make you want to watch Steven Universe, because the concept of fusion is so cool. And since the gems are aliens and they're magic and things like that, they have this ability to fuse together, fuse their forms together. And fusion is just my favorite part of the show, and it's just it's so cool. I mean, it doesn't happen every show, and you kind of learn that back on their alien homeworld, fusion isn't exactly an accepted thing. So fusion is kind of a metaphor for relationships and things like that, and it's so wonderful. It goes back to the writing. It's so good. this last reason is just, it's fun to watch. It's a good show to watch. It's a good show for kids. And that's the one thing I really wanted to mention. That even though this is for kids, I think adults can still enjoy it, so long as they put aside that notion of, I want this to please me as an adult. I think that's a big problem when adults become fans of children's shows, is that they expect the writers and the creators of the show to kind of pander to them. And that's a problem because adults aren't the target audience of Steven Universe at all. And I accept that. I acknowledge that wholly. I am not the target audience for this show. It's more for like young kids, like 6 to 12-year-old kids. Like, that's what this show is for, and that's what it's about. Like, Steven Universe is a very young kid. His age hasn't been given, but you know, you can only assume he's around 10 years old, and that's like the target audience for the show. And I think that's another thing that makes the show so great, is because they stay true to who they are. The writers and the producers of this show, and the creator of this show, Rebecca Sugar, she's so good at keeping her key audience in mind, her target audience in mind, and just writing for them. And that's what makes the show so great as an adult, for me anyway, because it's got a lot of good messages in it. And it's so good. And again, it goes back to the writing. It's so fun to watch because of that. If you watch Steven Universe, give this video a thumbs up. If you're curious about watching Steven Universe, give this a thumbs up. If you like magic aliens, give this some thumbs up. Just do it, okay? Watch Steven Universe. You'll thank me for it. I promise you will. So yeah, that's it for today. And I wanted to say that since Christmas is next week, this will actually be my last video of 2015. I'm gonna take the rest of December off, and I'll be back in January to make more videos. So yeah, I'll see you after the new year, and have a happy holiday. Bye!